see what that looks like. It looked better before. Hello, everybody. Hello. This looked really good before I went live. Let's see. A little better. Let's see. That seems better. Still not great. Hello, everybody. I'll put this over here. Why is it fuzzy? This was perfect. When I say this was perfect before going live, I mean perfect. I just don't know what happened. Oh, now that's a little better. As you can see, behind the scenes, sometimes things are not as easy as it looks. That's not right. But I digress. Let's go on. Let's start the show, shall we? Fuzzy for some reason. Oh, hello. Let's get the script up. Hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube, and should be YouTube and TikTok up there. Good evening. It's our first evening show for Divided America, February 12th, 2026. Thank you for joining us, everyone, whenever you can digest this podcast, this show. Jesus effing Christ, what a week, right? I don't know. I shouldn't have to inform you on what happened with the Bondi hearings. If you watched any of it, it was pretty disgusting to see just that kind of decorum in Washington. Epstein, I've been going through the files nonstop. There are 3 million now. So it's a lot of photos and there's a lot of video that I will not download to this computer because it's that bad. There are many full black redacted pictures. There's some really disturbing stuff in there, and I'm going to keep combing through them. The Ukrainian skeleton Olympic, he was disqualified. I don't know if you saw this. His name is Vladimir. I'm going to put him up on the screen right now. He was disqualified. He had a chance of getting a medal, but he was disqualified for putting his fallen comrades on his helmet, and unfortunately the Olympics did not like that. They said that it was considered a political statement, so he was disqualified and cannot compete anymore, which is it's a shame. It's a shame that someone that's trained for years and years and years just gets disqualified. But I don't blame him. You know, man has principles, and that's what he's standing on. The affordability and tariff backlash seems to be really hitting Washington, D.C. right now. There were 6 Republicans voted with Democrats to stop tariffs on Canada, and it's going to continue to force more votes in D.C. Mike Johnson he played his hand wrong. Wouldn't be the first time. He really doesn't seem to have control over the House. But we have to start today's show with the healthcare in this country and the new Republican plan to lower prescription drug costs. But we have to talk about the death of James Van Der Beek, who just died of colon cancer at the very, very young age of 48 years old. Dawson's Creek, City Blues, Dancing with the Stars. This guy seemed to be one of the good ones, and now his family is struggling with medical debt. There's a GoFundMe page up for his family, and you'd think that, you know, if it can happen to Dawson, do you think it can happen to you? I'm 47, so this one really hits my generation hard. Go get checked. It's a pain, literally, I know. I've done a few colonoscopies, but it's a small price to pay to see my kids grow, right? Because that's what we do this for. We try to stay healthy, to watch our children live, to see them live in a better place than we did. But the new secret plan from Republicans. Have you guys heard of Trump X? I'm sorry, Trump RX? Just like anything else that the bright orange man touches, it's a fugazi. Fugazi. Now, what is a fugazi, right? Let's ask Donnie Brasco.
There's some beautiful thing. Saying to you is you should give it to somebody that don't know any better, because that's a fugazi. All right? That's a fugazi? How do you know it's a fugazi? You looked at it for 2 seconds. What, it's a fake? Yeah, I know what a fugazi is. Hey, pal. You want to see something? I'm gonna show you something. There you go. That's something? That's a beautiful thing.
Now, as you can see, Johnny Depp knew right away that the diamonds were fake, and just like almost anything else that Trump does, it's not real. But it can't be fake, right? It can't be. The president of the United States wouldn't boast about the first major drug pricing plan since President Bush, correct? He wouldn't boast about it. But do we believe a serial liar, the president, an accused sexual assault, or an expert? Here's an excerpt from The Guardian. The site may make some weight loss and fertility drugs not covered by insurance more accessible, but overall it is not a solution for high drug prices in the United States, said Sean Sullivan, professor of health economics and policy, the former dean of pharmacy at the University of Washington. So now this isn't me speaking. This is directly from an expert. Consumers can probably get a cheaper version of these medicines through insurance and their pharmacies, or via cash pay services like Cost Plus Drugs, than by the deals offered through Trump RX, Sullivan said. So there you have it, folks. It's not just as some people like to call me, a far left hack. There is an expert saying it. Now, I went to the website and I tried it. It's not great. But how is it possible that in my entire lifetime, Republicans have not come up with one plan, one true healthcare plan? Is it because the conservative plan has already been passed? Maybe, but labeled incorrectly because one party got it done. The Affordable Care Act is and always will be a conservative bill, but it was passed by Democrats. So there's a bullshit fight about repealing Obamacare and AKA the ACA, the Affordable Care Act. When the Affordable Care Act was first introduced into Congress in the 90s by President Bill Clinton, he didn't send a radical left wing to push it, because that's not what the bill is. He sent a more polarizing woman, his wife. The bill went nowhere because you've heard the saying before, don't kill the messenger. She wasn't liked very much at the time. It wasn't time in this country. It should have been time for the Affordable Care Act then, but it wasn't. But it took Nancy Pelosi and Barack Obama, two highly skilled politicians. Unfortunately, not one Republican voted on the bill. Why did they fight the ACA passage, though? Why did they fight it so much? And I believe that's because of the individual mandate that required every citizen to pay their fair share. Now, we're already paying that, though, right? And isn't that what being conservative is actually paying your fair share? In our own backyard here in Rhode Island, legislators just had to approve a rainy day fund for 189 no, it can't be 189 million dollars. That's definitely a typo. It was $18 million in state guaranteed money for Roger Williams and Fatima hospitals. Now that's just two small hospitals in the state, right? But that's just the crux of the problem. Prices of hospital stays and prescriptions. This was reported just this morning again by the New York Times. The latter being TrumpRx.com, like I mentioned before, it's a fake. It's a fugazi. Like it's how do you come up, like, it's what, 10 years now, 20 years, 30 years, and then this is the big plan. Now, it doesn't lower prices. It pretty much does nothing except link you with corporate websites, like I said earlier, to Eli Lilly, and you pay directly to them. But let's just say, for example, that your insurance changes, and due to whatever, a family emergency, change of jobs, whatever, etc. Your new insurance doesn't approve, let's say, GLP-1s. They said earlier about the weight loss stuff, right? You've been taking it for months, and a website that provides your insurance says that it does pay for the prescription in question. But now you're in a pickle. You would like to continue the medications prescribed to you by your doctor, but the insurance says no. Now, as if you look on the website, at least for government employees, not just government employees, but government beneficiaries, we are not eligible for GLP-1. I've never taken one. Never. Not that I have no say either which way. It seems to be really helping Americans lose weight. So I'm all for it, right? If it's helping Americans, then I'm all for it. Now, I went to the Trump RX website, and there was a coupon for Wegovy. I was just trying to see if I can pick it up, right? And it says right on there, it says confirm that you have to click the coupon button, and then by clicking that button, you are confirming that you are not enrolled in any insurance from a government, state, federally funded medical or prescription benefit program. Examples such as Medicare, Medigap, VA, DOD, TRICARE, Medicaid. Basically, a ton of people are exempt from this Trump RX plan. Now, I hope it works. I don't wish ill on Americans at all. But I just feel like it's smoke and mirrors, and of course, it's right before midterms, which are approaching. You guys know midterms are going to be here very soon, and I know it might seem like I'm hard on the president. Like it does. Like I understand. I am hard on the president, and that it is what it is. But let's hear from someone in his administration about how the president they feel about the president.
Trump is a really bad candidate, and frankly, I think a really bad person. There is definitely an element of Donald Trump's support that has its basis in racism or xenophobia.
I never liked him.
I don't know who I'm going to vote for. I'm definitely not going to vote for Trump because I think that he's projecting very complex problems onto simple villains. And at the end of the day, do you believe Donald Trump, who always tells the truth? Just kidding. Or do you believe that woman on that tape?
No, there is no way we are going to allow a con artist to take over the conservative movement, and Donald Trump is a con artist.
What do you think a Trump government would look like, Senator?
It would be chaos. If he builds the wall the way he built Trump Towers, he'll be using illegal immigrant labor to do it.
I mean, we're liable to wake up one morning and Donald, if he were president, would have nuked Denmark. That's not the temperament of a leader to keep this country safe. And the American people are not interested in this circus sideshow of insults.
Well, he's not my candidate, but people came to this country for religious freedom. So I believe his statement was un-American, and I don't agree with it. I think everybody knows that I don't support him in this primary election. Everybody in this country is very frustrated. This president and this administration have shown us how not to run a country and have placed a lot of burdens on individuals, and people are struggling.
Well, there you have it, folks. Not from far left crazy nuts with Trump derangement syndrome, as they love to put out right now. That was from his cabinet and his vice president. Quite amazing. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to liven things up a bit. We're going to talk about a pretty cool story that went viral during the Super Bowl. And we're going to talk about Joe Rogan and how he is outflanking Democrats somehow. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Trump is a really bad candidate, and frankly, I think a really bad.
That was still going. Welcome back. Now, if you have not seen the Meta Glasses POV for the Super Bowl, at the Super Bowl, you have to watch it. I'm going to post it here in a second. Now, this guy's a genius. His name is Alex Gonzalez. He paid $50,000. Now, this is reporting is courtesy of the New York Post. He paid $50,000 for Super Bowl tickets and $20 for a stupid disguise. This disguise because this isn't the first time he's done this. He did this in 2024 as well. Watch this video of him going. It's quite nuts.
I got this. I got this.
What I saw in this and what it seems
you guys got me. You guys got me. I'm right here. You guys got me.
I'm gonna play it again here for you in a second. But what I want to see is one thing that's not in the article, or at least any article I've seen, is at least in the New York Post article, what seems to be a mistake. It says Alex is quoted that he paid for tickets, plural, and that the article said he bought a ticket. But if you go to the videotape, you can see someone get tackled before which gives him a free path. It's almost like having a fullback run in front of you. Now let's see. You'll see the first person jump off by security. So and there you go. Watch again. If you see, you'll see the yellow guy in security. Boom, they all stop him, and then Alex gets to go. It's amazing. He's pretty darn smart. He had to hire someone to get to someone else to go first. It's quite impressive. But I heard that he betted on himself on either Polymarket or one of those betting apps that he made, and he also had a logo on his chest that said something about his trading. His name is Alex Gonzalez. It's pretty darn cool. Now, like I said, Joe Rogan has somehow outflanking Democrats. Now, this is insane to me because, well, it's not insane, but I think Joe Rogan is slowly starting to see that, oh, God, what the hell did we do putting this crazy man in charge? Now, again, you don't have to take my word for it. Let's listen to Joe Rogan.
Oh, FBI concluded Jeffrey Epstein wasn't running a sex trafficking ring for powerful men. File show.
So there you go.
Oh, there you go. Who says that? What's that source?
Yeah, it's going around. I just found the place that was showing the headline. It was going around the internet today.
Oh, today?
Yeah, the AP. It's the AP reporting it. Yeah.
Today. Oh, I thought that was. I thought that was from 2005.
This is like the FBI.
I was like,
today.
That's the gaslightiest gaslighting shit I've ever heard in my life.
Whoa.
What do they think is going on? Just a bunch of fun, bunch of guys hanging out.
That is.
Being fellas, having cocktails, talking about science.
Still looking
No. Joe Rogan calling out, calls out the gaslighting from the mainstream media And that is one of the reasons why you do not see this network parrot other companies and processes. For example, I'm on a few mailing lists that receive statements from politicians. It says that they did this great thing and they want the media to amplify it. Am I supposed to amplify every single press release that I get? Other outlets are doing the mundane crap. I saw WPRI, the News 12 team, they got ready for a live news show that aired at 6 p.m. on Super Bowl Sunday. Who watched that? They even joked on TikTok that no one would be watching the show, but their job is to deliver the news. So they did it. Just like CNN does every morning, day, and afternoon. They have to fill the 24-hour news cycle. I don't fill that 24-hour news cycle. I bring you the news that you need to hear, not the bullshit that came out of them at the 1 o'clock show that CNN had today. They were fluffing the president for roughly 40 minutes, just amplifying his garbage. Trump said this, Trump said that, this is why this is good. And I'm watching it and I'm going, what? This is how we got here in 2015. It's just shitty journalism, or just shitty people that say they're journalists, and then they run clips, just disingenuous clips, and that's what and why we created the Siska News Network here. It's tough. I'm not gonna lie. There are days I don't want to get in front of the camera. There are days that I don't want to go out and report. But this is what we need. We need an informed body politic, and we just luckily, well, or not luckily for athletes, they're able to quit social media because of hateful vitriol. It happens often. You see athletes leaving lately more often than not. Unfortunately, people like us, we can't, but we get that hateful vitriol every day. It wouldn't be a day that I think it's every couple hours I'll get some pretty crappy comments on Facebook. So thank you. Keep the comments coming. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. We're gonna be continuing to report. Looks like I'm going to DC really soon. I'm trying to work the State of the Union, trying to get access. I've emailed the Senate gallery, working on access with that. And before we go, I just want to say that Valentine's Day is coming up, everybody. It's 2 days from now. I suggest getting flowers for your significant other, or if they don't like flowers, whatever they like, whatever they want on that day. It's just, I know it's very commercialized, and I'm not saying break the bank, but flowers, just at least flowers. Now I know I promised music. Part of the problem with music, and especially on YouTube, is the copyright issues. But copyright issues are also interesting because I had a video flagged with Bad Bunny's Baile Inolvidable, and it got flagged on one of my videos, and it completely stopped publication. And then another video had the same song in it, and that it didn't go viral, but it didn't stop. So it's very interesting with music. I have it set up. I got it all working, and I would love to play for you all, but we're working on copyright issues. So with that said, this is our first evening show. I'm going to continue to work on the lighting. I'm going to continue to try to get increased production value. And with that said, everybody, I hope you have a good evening. Have a good morning, good afternoon, whenever you're able to digest this. Have a good night, everyone.